You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I am back. Rodrance for Black and White Sports 2. Well, I'm fresh off the day off. Back in. Of course, kind of glancing at news yesterday evening, kind of preparing for this morning, right, to get up at 'em and going. Make sure you check us out on podcast and subscribe over there. All the audio from all of our videos is available. And, of course, subscribe here. So, we've been watching Lamar Jackson, right? That's been a big, big story. Lamar and Aaron Rodgers are the two biggest stories this offseason. One could argue the third biggest story has been, hey, what will happen with Odell Beckham Jr.? And now it seems like Odell and Lamar Jackson may be tied at the hip. They're connected. The Bopsy twins, possibly. And they had them a nice little FaceTime. We'll get to that. And a lot of people are starting to believe, okay, this is an indication. We started talking about this the last few days, that the belief is starting to feel like the only option for Lamar is to accept that $32 million non-exclusive franchise tag offer. It's still a hell of a lot more money than he's making now, and play for the Ravens. And him and Lamar Jackson are FaceTiming and feeling great about that. Let's get to the contract first, then we'll get to the Lamar part of the deal. I cannot imagine why they would have given OBJ this kind of money. It's pretty wild. I mean, this is his last season right here. 44 catches, 537 yards, and 5 TDs. I mean, the year before that, 319 yards, 3 TDs. It's been 2019 since he's had what you would really call, an ultra-productive season. Of course, he was out all last year. So, I'm baffled by the amount of money that he wanted and that the Ravens were willing to spend, when you're thinking to yourself, your quarterback is not under, your quarterback wants this massive contract right now, and you just gave away $15 million? It's kind of strange. And I'll let you know, I mean, he's getting drug in the comment. I mean, the Ravens are getting destroyed here. Dumb. Wow, overpay. Ha, 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 laugh out loud. Grotesque overpayment. Ravens once vaunted front office looking like DC from years past. What a colossal joke. Dumb. Who's throwing him the ball? Wow, what a terrible contract. Ravens graveyard. Poor Ravens fans. Good for him. Some people are appreciating the fact he got this kind of money. I don't know why. I mean, what does the average individual get out of the fact that Odell Beckham and any NFL team is overpaying for a guy that's not worth it? That's bad for your team eventually, okay? Via NFL media, the Ravens will pay Beckham $15 million guarantee on his one-year deal. The money comes in the form of $13.835 million signing bonus and a $1.165 million base salary. Wow. Beckham also has $3 million in supposedly reachable incentives. We'll wait for the full terms of the contract to see how reachable. And right now, his top option for quarterback is Tyler Huntley or Anthony Brown. I think some of us believe this will change. This is the Baltimore Ravens, and this is interesting. Baltimore Ravens official website, BaltimoreRavens.com, their NFL website. Editorial director putting up that Lamar Jackson and Odell Beckham Jr. FaceTimed each other. Jackson posted on Instagram a shot of a FaceTime call with star wide receiver just a couple of hours after the news broke that Beckham agreed to terms with the Ravens on a one-year deal. There it is right there. That's OBJ. Beckham responded to the post saying, sheesh. Beckham first broke the news that he had chosen the Ravens by posting a photo of his child, Zend? I don't know. Apologies to Odell Beckham Jr. if I did not say that right. Wearing a purple Ravens Jackson jersey. Jackson reposted that on Instagram as well. Lamar Jackson is one of the realest things I've ever seen. How has nobody taken him? That was back in April 26, 2018. He was already talking up Lamar Jackson. Jackson and Beckham are two of the biggest stars in the NFL. Now the duo has a chance to lead the next iteration of the Ravens offense under new offensive coordinator Todd Monken, who Beckham played for in 2019 in Cleveland. Well, look, that is interesting. We're talking 74 catches that year, 1,035 yards, 4 TDs. So there is that, and I do appreciate the fact that there is a connection. And let's just move over here to Yardbarker, because they're going to talk about this Jordan Schultz thing in this article. Many believe this is a hint that Lamar is coming back to the Ravens. Right now, the Jackson saga has a lot of unknowns to it. The latest update was that the quarterback himself, who made his trade request from the team public, asking to be moved from the organization, will negotiate his contract he believes is fair. Meanwhile, Baltimore has openly said they will consider a first-round quarterback in the NFL draft due to uncertainty with Jackson. The Ravens picked 22nd, but have brought in Florida quarterback Anthony Richardson for a pre-draft visit. Guys, I don't understand the hype around that guy. I really don't. He's 3 years from really and truly, in my opinion, being a starting quarterback in the NFL. I mean, he needs an Andy Reid. He needs a Shane Steichen. He needs one of these Sean Payton. He needs a quarterback guru, and he needs to set in the way that Jordan Love set for the Packers. That he needs to go somewhere where there's a veteran QB where he can learn how to play quarterback, because he's not nearly ready, and he's going to be put out there, and he's probably going to crash and burn. The quick FaceTime screenshot by Jackson does leave you wondering if he now plans to return, though. According to the Score's Jordan Schultz, Jackson and Beckham have had a few discussions about winning together in Baltimore that appears to have support from two players involved after Jackson's post, and unless the two were talking about how badly Jackson wants out, you'd have to think they were pretty excited about potentially teaming up this season. And that's right there. There's still business to handle with Lamar, but they're thinking this might be an indication. If Jackson is not traded, he will have to play under the non-exclusive franchise tag, paying him $32 million this season. He hasn't seemed happy about that possibility, and some believed the possibility of him sitting out the season was real. With OBJ signing, you have to wonder if there are things changing, and maybe Jackson could return back to compete against the Steelers and the rest of the AFC North and the division title. Now, just a side note, because Andrew Brandt was a former members of the Packers front office, tweeted this out back on the 8th. Aaron Rodgers is GMing the Jets and owning the Bears, while a member of the Packers roster is, well, something. Talking about the irony about all this, of course, it was made public that Rodgers was in the market wanting Odell Beckham on the Jets. The Jets continues to make moves to add players. Rodgers reportedly listed, most recently Odell Beckham Jr. Josina Anderson reported Saturday that the free agent receiver will meet with the Jets at their facility on Monday. Now we know, and maybe, just maybe, that is why this deal emerged in the manner it did. You had Odell scheduled to meet with the New York Jets today. He never made it. The Ravens, that's the way, look, that is the way you're supposed to do it. If you truly want somebody in free agency, that when they're in the visit, don't let them out of the building. Do not let them out of the building without getting a contract signed. So the Ravens had a feeling, oh crap, the Jets might actually pull this off with Odell. They got the meeting. Maybe they felt like Joe Douglas had a plan combined with the idea that, Joe Douglas proclaimed Friday night that Aaron Rodgers was coming to the Jets, put the mind at ease for Jets fans a little bit, because there were rumors that the Niners had been sniffing around Aaron Rodgers. Lamar's deal's not done. The Aaron Rodgers trade deal is still not done. Okay? And that's the thing about all this that is so intriguing. None of this is final at all. Now, I'm just going to put this out there, but do you know how crazy the following scenario would be? Can you imagine Lamar Jackson literally ends up just going back to the Ravens, and then Aaron Rodgers doesn't go back? Doesn't go to the Jets? Doesn't go to the Packers? Ends up with some random third team? And what happens if a fourth team gets involved here? Think about that, I mean, you never know. Out of nowhere, somebody could swing in. The Tennessee Titans, Aaron Rodgers just built a home in Nashville. The Titans could just come in out of nowhere and be like, hey, Aaron, how's it going? Hey, Packers, we got a first-round pick, and we'll send you Ryan Tannehill. If Jordan Love is struggling, boom, Tannehill's in. You got a starting quarterback that, frankly, in that division, could compete to win. That division, Ryan Tannehill could compete to win. I think people forget Tannehill's a pretty good quarterback. He's a serviceable Derek Carr, Jimmy Garoppolo, that kind of quarterback that in that division, as currently constituted, is going to keep you competitive, right? So do I think he's going to go to the Jets? Yes. But he just lost Odell, and that was one of his guys that he wanted there. Odell's off the list. I do think this makes the Ravens' case for bringing Lamar Jackson. I do think it sort of ups the possibility of it. I do. Part of me believes that the Ravens would not have signed Odell Beckham Jr. if they did not believe that Lamar Jackson was coming, right? And Anthony Richardson, I know that keeps getting talked up, but look, there's a lot of Dorian Thompson-Robinson, Hendon Hooker. Some of these lesser QBs that is not getting as much pub, they're more NFL ready than Anthony Richardson. Hendon Hooker, it's not even close. He's light years further along. He's 25, but he's light years further along than Anthony Richardson. Yeah, I get it. Anthony Richardson walked out at his pro day and walked out at the combine and looked like Micah Parsons, who could throw a football. Man, look, I've heard whispers of, wow, it was such an unbelievable display. He could throw the ball much like Jamarcus Russell? ? Be careful with that. Some people have talked about, 10 years ago, Anthony Richardson would have been a 5th-round pick. I mean, look, they jumped up. Malik Willis. And, there's rumors coming out of Tennessee. That dude can't play at all. And I've seen fans actually want him in there. Stop that. I mean, come on. Stop it. Tell me what you think, black and white sports supporters. This is getting interesting. Odell, Rodgers, Jackson. I do think maybe the Ravens are laying in the weeds right now with a contract they feel like that Lamar can't refuse. By the way, I hadn't said this, but I think it's a gross overpayment. I just $15 million guaranteed. Wow. I mean, honestly, when I was seeing the word $4 million go around, I was like, okay, I guess. Even $4 million felt wrong. Now his base salary, 1.3 something million. Makes some sense. If you want to give him $15 million worth of incentives, fine. Right? Oh, you hit 700 yards. Here's an extra $1 million. You hit 800 yards. Here's an extra $1 million. You know, you hit 10 TDs. Extra $5 million. You get the point. Make him go out there and prove it and earn it, because it's been a while. I kind of don't get this. You know, as far as I understand maybe the signing, but I don't understand the money that he was demanding. I really don't. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.